Hey Bears fans, I'm Derek and welcome to Bears Express Report. With the NFL season entering Week 7 and the trade deadline on the horizon, teams across the league are assessing their needs, evaluating their weaknesses, and considering potential moves that could make or break their playoff dreams. The Chicago Bears, with the fresh and exciting talent of Caleb Williams as quarterback, are in a unique position. The Bears have shown moments of potential, but they face a critical need in their defensive line, specifically at the edge. To strengthen their playoff position, Chicago could consider a bold move. Let's check out all the details. Firstly, I ask for your help. Leave a like. Many of you watch our content daily and forget to click the thumbs up. This is a humble way to support us. It costs nothing and helps us a lot. I'm grateful to you. Thanks. The Bears have a promising roster, but may have overestimated their depth at the edge rusher position. Relying on Montez Sweat and DeMarcus Walker has produced some results. Sweat leads with 13 pressures and 3.5 sacks, and Walker contributes with 12 pressures and 1.5 sacks. However, as the season advances, defensive line depth will become essential. A playoff run demands fresh legs and rotational talent to consistently generate pressure against high-caliber offenses. This is where Chase Young could be the missing piece. His experience, combined with his dynamic athleticism, could transform the Bears' defensive line, giving them a force capable of challenging any offense. Drafted second overall in 2020, Chase Young entered the NFL with sky-high expectations, and he delivered. His rookie season was electric. Young was named Defensive Rookie of the Year and made the Pro Bowl, a feat rarely accomplished by first-year defensive players. His impact was immediate and powerful, amassing 7.5 sacks, 44 tackles, and 4 forced fumbles in his first season alone. With his size, speed, and relentless playing style, Young quickly earned respect around the league as a true game-changer on the edge. Young's career took a hit when he suffered a torn ACL in 2021, forcing him to miss significant time. But his return has been marked by steady progress and flashes of his former self. This season, he has achieved 30 pressures and 3 sacks so far, solid numbers that show his ability to still get after the quarterback. These stats underscore Young's growth and his potential to add significant value to the Bears' defense if he's able to perform at full strength in Chicago's system. There's an interesting subplot in a potential Young-to-Chicago trade: the reunion with Montez Sweat. The two shared a formidable bond with the Washington Commanders, where they wreaked havoc on opposing offenses. Together, they formed a dynamic tandem, consistently pressuring quarterbacks and limiting the effectiveness of opposing passing games. Reuniting these two forces could bring an undeniable chemistry to the Bears' defense. Sweat and Young already understand each other's style of play, timing, and positioning on the line. This familiarity could allow Chicago to fast-track Young's integration into their defensive scheme, maximizing his impact sooner rather than later. In an NFL season where every week counts, this could give the Bears the boost they need to make a deep playoff push. Young's athleticism sets him apart. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches and weighing 264 pounds, he possesses rare agility for his size. His explosive first step enables him to quickly beat offensive tackles, and his lateral movement allows him to make plays on running backs attempting to bounce outside. These traits would be invaluable for a Bears defense that has sometimes struggled to set the edge against mobile quarterbacks and agile running backs. Young's strength is another asset. He routinely overpowers blockers with raw power, often forcing double teams or even triple teams from offensive lines. This type of focus on Young opens up opportunities for other players, freeing them to make plays. In Chicago, his presence could free up Sweat and Walker, allowing them to find better angles on the quarterback and giving the Bears a more balanced pass rush approach. Young is relentless in his pursuit of the quarterback. With 177 pressures and 22 sacks across his career, he's proven he can disrupt even the best defensive lines. His ability to create consistent pressure is what the Bears need, especially as they prepare to face high-powered offenses in their playoff hunt. A player who can consistently disrupt the rhythm of opposing quarterbacks is a game-changer, and Young fits this bill perfectly. The New Orleans Saints are currently sitting at a rough 2-6 record, putting them in an increasingly difficult position to contend this season. While they face the struggling Carolina Panthers before the deadline, the Saints' uphill battle in a competitive NFC South makes it likely they'll prioritize the future over short-term gains. The Saints, led by an aging Derek Carr, may decide to retool their roster and gain valuable draft capital by trading Young. This scenario creates an ideal opportunity for the Bears. If New Orleans is indeed ready to negotiate, Chicago could secure Young at a reasonable cost, bolstering their playoff chances without sacrificing too many assets. Young's addition would allow the Bears to implement a more effective rotation on the edge. A consistent rotation keeps players fresh and helps maintain pressure throughout the game. As the postseason approaches, this becomes critical. Deep playoff runs often hinge on defensive lines that can keep pressuring quarterbacks without wearing down. Young would complement Sweat and Walker, giving Chicago the versatility and depth they need. The Bears' pass rush has been a mixed bag this season. Adding Young would give Chicago the boost it needs to shift from adequate to formidable, positioning them as legitimate contenders. Young's playmaking ability, especially in crucial moments, could turn the tide in close games, which are inevitable in the playoffs. His knack for forcing turnovers and altering quarterback decisions could be the difference between a win and a loss in tight matchups. Chase Young is more than just a talented player. He's a presence. His energy, leadership, and sheer talent have the power to elevate those around him. Adding Young would likely ignite the Bears' defense and inspire a renewed sense of purpose. A playoff-hungry fanbase would rally around his addition, creating momentum that could carry the Bears through the postseason. In many ways, the answer is a resounding yes. Young's talent, experience, and familiarity with Sweat all make him an excellent fit for the Bears' current needs. His ability to generate pressure, stop the run, and work within a rotation are exactly what Chicago's defense lacks at the moment. With Caleb Williams leading the offense, Young could help establish a defense that keeps the Bears competitive in every game. Ultimately, it remains to be seen if the Bears' front office will make the move. The NFL trade deadline is notorious for last-minute deals and dramatic surprises. But as Chicago evaluates its options, the case for Chase Young becomes stronger by the week. Adding a player of his caliber could elevate the Bears from fringe playoff contenders to legitimate threats in the NFC. What do you think, Bears fans? Would Chase Young be the final piece needed to solidify Chicago's defense and propel the team into a deep playoff run? Do you believe the Bears should go all in on a trade for him, or would you prefer they focus on other areas? And if Young joins the squad, how do you see him fitting alongside Montez Sweat? Leave it in the comments, don't be lazy, and let's discuss the impact that Young could bring to Chicago. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Join our community and get exclusive daily content. We prioritize keeping you up to date with all the latest happenings in Chicago. See you soon.